Hey everybody, this is Jim, the Tabletop Engineer, and welcome back to my game of 2d6 Dungeon by Toby Lancaster. Bryke is on level 6. We just ran a sort of a sequence of rooms that are linked together, and I defeated the Puppeteer and the Efflux Kriar. So let's go ahead and resolve XP and treasure, and the Puppeteer gives me 110. So that's 490, so 491. And when I hit 5,000, I get to level up. And the Efflux gives me 500 XP. Wow. So I'm at 4991. I am almost leveling up. Wow, that was huge. Okay, let's start with the Puppeteer. The Puppeteer says roll on pouch table 2 and add 2. So PT2 plus 2, 23, page 23. And I get to add plus 2 to this, so pouch table 2. I rolled a 6 plus 2 is 8. 8 is a lockpick plus 2. I already got one of those, but I'll always take another one. And it's got 2 uses. And Malacca leaves. Some more Malacca leaves. Not bad. It also says I get a golden ring worth 2d6 gold. 5... All right, 102 gold. I write that in. I always assume that I sell my stuff. Well, maybe I should. It's a ring, and it's worth... So we'll write that in here, because you're supposed to roll to see if you get taken to the cleaners when you sell your stuff. A ring is worth, what did I say, 5 gold. All right, and then the Efflux Kriar gives me RPT 4. RPT 4 is Religious Pouch 4, page 26. And there is no modifier to this roll, so it's just straight 2d6. Right here. 5. Wrapped in some hemp is a wax seal showing a man in a robe. Wrapped in some hemp is a wax seal. So I'll just write wax seal, man in robe. I have no idea what use that will be to me, but hey, you never know. All right, those enemies are defeated, and let's see where we can go. I'm going to come back to this corridor and just see where it leads. If it's another corridor, it'll be a dead end. Otherwise, it could be a small room. 5x4 means it's going to be a room. That is normally 20 squares, which I cannot do here. So what I can do is just come over and down like that, and we have a small room. It's the best I could fit in here. So I will roll on the small room table to see what this is. Small is on page 74. You roll TD6, add them together. That is a 7, an offering box. There is a small wood box here. You can smash it open, but lose 1 random favor point. Inside, you'll find 2 items. Roll on Wit 1 and Wit 2. Well, Wit 1 and Wit 2 are worship items. I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna leave them alone, and not that favor point could come in handy one day. All right, so we're gonna go back up, and we've got 2 doors with, well, they're not doors, they're curtains. Let's go through the north one and see where it leads. It leads to a room that is 3x5. So we'll go 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So framed it. How many exits? 4 is 2 exits. So once again, we have an exit going north and an exit going to the east. And I'm going to go ahead and check to see if I find a secret door here. So how this works is there are, for each square of wall, or each grid of wall, you roll a d6. So right now I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I roll 5 dice, and if I roll a 6, I find the secret chute to the surface. And I didn't. So the way I indicate that is I just do this to indicate that has been searched, but no secret door. All right, what is in this room? This is a 5-2. This is going to be room number 7. And 5-2 is Remember, this is a normal size room, so page 71. 5-2 is it's another one of these three group rooms. So this is called shifting walls. This is 4A, excuse me, 4A. It is unique. It says it's archways. So these are archways, so I don't have to worry about doors. And this is what it says. The stone on the walls here is all warped and rippled. As you enter, it flexes towards you ominously. Roll a d6 and add your shift. My shift is 3. On a 6 or higher, you avoid being bashed. Otherwise, take d6 damage. I rolled a 4. 4 plus 3 is 7, so I do dodge the shifting walls. That's cool. It's kind of like a trap. The walls shift here, like crushing. Okay, let's go north. That is a big room, 6 by 5. Not a giant room, but just a normal size room. So 6 by 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So continuing with the pattern, how many exits here? I'll re-roll that. 4. That's 2 exits. So we'll go 1, 2. All right, this is going to be room 8, and this is a looping object. On a table is a warping object. You see it change every split second as if trapped in a loop. So there's a table in here, and there's some sort of strange object. You can try to grab it. Roll a d6. On a 1 to 2, it's a knife, lose 3 health. On a 3 to 4, a stone. On a 5 to 6, a gold bar worth 3d6. All right, let's try to grab it. 5 to 6 is what I want. I got a 2, which is a knife, lose 3 health. I am down to 21. All right, so I lost. And by the way, this also says there's archways, so these rooms don't really lock anywhere. Okay, before we continue, I want to heal up. I'm at 21 health. I do have some really good potions here. I have a potion of further health. Let me see how much that heals, because I cannot remember. A potion of further health gives you 25. That would take me up to 46. And my max right now is 60. I have a potion of extra heal. Potion of extra heal. Heal up to 30. That would take me up to 51 versus 46. 51 versus 46. I only have one of them. I'm worried something will happen to it. So, and I've only got one left, so we'll use it. I'm going to scratch that out. And I go up to 51. All right, next I will go north. It is a hallway. Over 3, up 1. So I'll have it go 3 and up 1 like that. And let's come back and let's go through this door. That also is a hallway. Over 1, up 2. So over 1, up 2. Let's take that hallway. There we go. A 3 by 6 room. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. How many exits? Ooh, 3 exits. Excellent. All right, so I'll put 1 here, 1 here, and 1 here. And I know the rules say you're not supposed to put 2 on one wall, but if I put it up here, it's just a dead end. It's your game. You can you can kind of fiddle with it as you like. I don't think Toby's going to get upset with me. This is room number 9. This is the end of this sequence. It's called the Warping Mound. I like this new, I like these. This is kind of cool. You could choose to go back if you're injured, but Within this space is a large mound of fluid rock. Two figures seem to be controlling it with their minds. You must fight an afflicted and a raptured Shimbe. And there's arches. These are all arches. So let me get the afflicted and the raptured Shimbe. All right. Raptured and a Shimbe. Raptured Shimbe and afflicted, excuse me. The afflicted and a raptured Shimbe. There's the raptured Shimbe. He is a level 5. The afflicted, I think, is a lower level guy. Let me look at the lower level cards. Afflicted, level 2. It's probably a level 3, yeah. Oh, no, here we go. Level 3. All right. I will throw these cards up on the screen for you so you can follow along. The afflicted is 15 health. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I always fight the lower level one first. They're easier to kill, right? And then it just leaves you with the big one. The Raptured Shimbe has 40 health. Whoa. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And there'll be 5 rows of that. All right. The Afflicted has 1 shift. And he blocks on primary 1s, 2s, 5s, and 6s. Man. 1, 2, 5, and a 6. No secondaries. The Raptured has 2 shift, and he blocks on primary 2s and 6s. 2 and 6. And quick sway on secondary 2s and 3s. 2 and 3. I just use red dice for secondary and green for primary just to help me track, what I'm supposed to roll. All right. I need a green dot. 1 second. Okay. I have a throwing item. I have a throwing knife, which I don't know how much damage that does. Let's take a look. Throwing items. Throwing axes do 6, knives do 4, darts do 2. And you basically it's just a free toss when you come in the room. I'll toss it at the afflicted. The throwing knife, I have 2 of them. It automatically hits, but I still have to roll to see if he deflects it. 4, he does not. He doesn't block on a primary 4, so he takes 4 damage. Just like that. And at the end, I can try to recover the weapon to roll to see if it's damaged or not. So, turn number 1. I come out swinging. I'm going to attack the afflicted. I rolled a 5-2. With 3 shift, I can easily make this a 5-3. I could make it a 5-5, but I can't turn that to a 6. So the best I can do is a 5-3. He does not block on primary 5, but he does block on a secondary 3, which is -2 damage. This does d6 plus 5, -2, so it's d6 plus 3. 1 plus 3. Oh, I was looking at the wrong one. Hold on. What did I just do? I attacked him. Excuse me. So 1 plus 3 is 4 damage. 1, 2, 3, 4. Sorry. He does not block. I was attacking the afflicted, which does block on 5s at -1. So I rolled a 1, 4. He does 3 damage. Sorry, I made a mistake. Okay. No, hold on. D6 plus 5 -1. So I rolled a 1, 6 damage. 1 plus 5 -1 is 5 damage. So 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There we go. Sorry about that. Okay. Again, 1 and he blocks on 1. They're going to attack me now. And 1 shift and 2 shift. So the afflicted comes at me and rolls a 3-6 with 1 shift. He can get this to a 2, but not this to a 2. He can't get this to a 6. He misses. The Raptured Shimbe rolls a 4-6 with 2 shift. Can't get this to a 1. and can get this to a 5. So he does do a 4/5, which is an energy blast, D6 plus 3. I don't block on a primary 4, but I do block on a secondary 5 at -2. So it's going to do D6 plus 1. 5 plus 1 is 6. I am down to 45 health. All right, turn number 2. I swing at the afflicted, and I got a 5/4. With 3 shift, I can make this a 6/5, which does my max damage. He does block on a 6 at -1. That's okay. Normally I do D6 plus 7, so this will just do D6 plus 6. 5 plus 6 is 11, and that is more than enough to kill the afflicted. The Raptured Shinbei comes at me with a 4/3. 2 shift. Yeah, he can make this a 4/5 again, which he cannot get down to a 1/2. But yeah, 4/5 is going to hurt. D6 plus 1 again. 4 damage. I'm down to 41. All right, turn number 3. I swing at him. I got a 5/6. He does not block on a primary 5, so we'll keep that. And I will use my 3 to lower this to a 3. It does where's the 3? It does D6 plus 5, and again, he doesn't block on a primary 5 or he does block on a secondary 3. Shoot, -2. So it's D6 plus 3. 9 damage. That is 8, 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. All right. He comes at me with a 1/6. With 2 shift, he cannot make this a 1/4, and he can't get that to a 4. He misses. Turn number 4. We both get a bonus shift. I swing with a 5/1. With 4 shift, I could get this to a 5, but not a 6. So the best I can do is a 5/3. Actually, I should do a 4/4 because he doesn't block on 4s, and that will do D6 plus 4 versus D6 plus 3. That's what I'll do. 4/4, and it is D6 plus 4, and he blocks on none of that. 3 plus 4 is 7, which wipes out this entire row. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay. And he swings 4/1. With 3 shift, he cannot get this to a 4/5. He can knock this down to a 1, but he can't get that up to 2, so he misses. Turn number 5, we both get 2 shift. I attack with a 3/3. I will once again knock those up to a 4/4 because he'll block on a primary 6, and he'll also block on a secondary 3, so I don't want that. I'll turn it to a 4/4 with no loss of damage. It is D6 plus 4, 8 damage. Another row gone. All right, he swings with a 3/3. Yeah, he'll hit with that. With 4 shift, it would take him 1 and 2. Yeah, he can get a 4/5 out of that again. And he does D6 plus 1 damage because I block on primary, secondary 5s. 6 plus 1 is 7 damage. I am down to 34. Okay. And turn number 6, we get 3 shift each. I rolled a 1/6. With 6 shift, it would take 3 to get this to a 4, 2 to get that to a 4, which I can do. So another 4/4, which is D6 plus 4. 6 plus 4 is 10. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Wipe that out, and 2 additional damage. He's got 6 health left. He swings. Ooh, with a 4/4. Yes, with 5 shift. This is already there. He will make a 5/5. Let's see. Hold on. Can he get that to a 1, 2, 3, 4? Yes, he can, which does more damage. But I still block on a secondary 4, so it's going to do D6 plus 2 damage. So D6 plus 2, 7 damage. I am down to 27. And it is now turn number 7. We are now tired. He will not block on armor attacks, so he's not blocking on these. Well, it says ethereal shield. I don't know. I will leave it alone. I come at him with a 4-1. I will make that a 4-4 as usual. He doesn't block, and it's D6 plus 4, 8 damage, and the Raptured Shinbei is defeated. All right. Let's do the XP. So I've got 4,991, and I add 85, 5,076. So I definitely have leveled up. We'll do that in a moment. 5,0,076. Woohoo! I think I level up. I may not. I can't remember. I think I level up at 5,000. All right, and then 5,076 plus 500. Well, that was easy. 5,576. So I got all the XP and I leveled up. Let's get the treasure and then we'll do the leveling up. Roll on pouch table 2. Pouch table 2 is on page 23. Pouch table 2. No modifier. Just roll 2d6 and add them. That is a 10. Loose coins, 2d6 gold, 6 gold. That takes me up to 103. A random gem, roll a d6. A 2 is a medium quality sapphire. Okay. A medium quality sapphire. All right. Rolled 1 equals a medium quality. Yeah. All right. That is it. Now the Raptured Shinbei is RPT4. I think that was page 26. Did my memory serve right? Yep. Religious pouch 4 and no modifier. So just 2d6. I rolled a 5. A wax seal showing a man in a robe. Great. I got 2 of those. All right. Now the fun part. I've got over 5,000 XP, which I believe. Yep. I am now going to be level 7. So let's modify this. I am level 7, which means my max health is now 70. And I'm down to 27. I do when you level up, you add 10, so I'm at 37. Your other stats increase. All right, so at level 7, I get +3, +3, +4. My precision goes up to +4 now. And I still only get 3 level 2s, so I've still got 3 level 2 fighting abilities. The next level is 10,000, so I got a long way to go. So won't be worrying about leveling up for a while. Okay, we finished up this little bit. Let's go through this right here and see what room is here. It is a corridor. It goes over 3 and up 1. Over 3, up 1. It looks like we're going to be, if this is a corridor, these will link. Otherwise, it'll be a small room. It's going to have to be a small room. So what I'll do is I'll come over and just do this. Like that. This is a small room. It is a 3-4. Small room is on page 74. 3-4 is a 7. You add them together. 7 is an offering box, another offering box, which I'm going to leave alone. All right, that dead end is checked out, so we're going to keep moving forward. Just shading in so you can see my map a little better. While I'm here, I'm going to check to see if there's a secret door to the surface. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I roll 5 dice and hope for a 6. I got a 6. So there is a secret chute right here. Yes, I press hard on pencils. I destroy pencils. I'm not going to use it just yet. I'll use it when I need it. But it's an escape route to the surface, and you definitely want to use them. Okay, and I'll go back to this room and we'll go through this section right here. A 5-4 room. 5-4. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and over 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. How many exits? 2. We'll put 1 here, and we'll put 1 there. I guess I could have connected it there. That would have probably made better sense, but that's okay. All right. Room number 10 is a 4-1. Page 71, 72. 4-1. Oh, we have another. It's the dry room, which I've already encountered. So I have to re-roll. 3-4. 3-4 is the High Council. This is not one of those sequence rooms. High Council. 6 high back chairs. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 high back black wood chairs face each other in this shadowed council chamber. Suddenly, a robed figure appears over each chair. They shimmer and disappear. Roll on IAUT 3, and these are metal doors. And is this a unique room? It is. It's a unique room, so it won't happen again. IAUT 3, this is an interrupt chart, which is on page 64. These are sometimes good and most of the time bad. I rolled a 1-5. In the corner of this room is a freestanding wall. You see behind it a burn has been placed and is lit. On a bench before it sits an old fang pillarist who is toasting some meat on a stick. He turns and attacks. If you survive, roll BT2 plus 2. BT2 plus 2. This is an old fang pillarist. All right. That was a level. I forget what level that was. So level 5. Level 6. No, it wouldn't be a level 6. Okay, maybe a level 4 or 3 or something. Old Fang Pillarist. There it is. It's a level 3. All right, not too dangerous. The Old Fang has 24 health. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and I'll do 4 rows of these. He has a +2 shift, and he blocks on primary 5s and 6s, and 4 on block on secondary 2s. Okay. I forgot to roll to see if I picked up that throwing knife, but I have a second one, so I'm just going to go ahead and toss it at him. Does he block? He doesn't. He takes 4 damage. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, I come at him, and I roll a 4-5. Now, he blocks on primary 5 or 6, so I really want to stick with the 4-4s. So the 4-4, which I can do with 3 shift, is a D6 plus 4 damage. 4 plus 4 is 8. 6. So I did 8 damage, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. All right. He comes at me with a 3-5. With 2 shift, he can't get this to a 3-2, and he can't get this to a 6. He misses. Second check. I roll a 6-4. I will change it to a 4-4. I'm just going to keep whacking on him until I get that, full. If I can do a 6 here, it'd be great. 3 plus 4 is 7. That's fine. 6, 7. He's almost dead. He swings at me with a 1-6, and that is a miss. Unfortunately, I am out of time, so I will be back in the next video. We'll pick this fight up right where I left off. Until then, this is Jim the Tabletop Engineer. I'll see you next week with a new game of 2D6 Dungeon. Everybody, take care.
Check out the new RPG and Wargame newsletter. Each week, the Tabletop Engineer shares news, products, Kickstarters, and much more related to the gaming hobby. It's free to subscribe, so check out the link in the video description below to sign up.